Doom is an effective power fantasy. They give you big fucking guns, a shitload of demons, and they just let you duke it out relentlessly. You're meant to feel badass playing this game. You are meant to feel like the savage Doom guy when you curb stomp demons and light up corridors of monsters. To show this, I want to analytically break down a segment of Doom I've had stored on my PS4 via the share capabilities, which is why it looks so grainy, since I played it several months ago when it was new. I always enjoyed the clip, but I never really thought why. It turns out it's actually a decent vertical slice of what Doom is and why it's so good. So I'm going to use it as a proving ground for my prior points, but first, I'm going to show the whole clip without stopping, and then, afterwards, I'll show it again and stop every so often to make different points. Take a look. First, this, along with pretty much every fight in Doom, has dynamic music. The song here, BFG Division, has a quieter synth bed that plays before the main wave of bad guys come in. It's to let you know that shit will get real, and it is slowly ramping up to that point. This quieter part is punctuated with small fills for every glory kill, the specially animated melee kills on enemies, to start ramping up the excitement. Take a listen. That guitar fill happened right on cue with me finishing off that demon. This dynamic music helps me feel empowered and adds weight to what I do. This, along with the punchy compression on all sound effects, makes Doom a pleasure to listen to. Let's continue. Here. Right here. This is your crossing the Rubicon, this shit just got real moment. The main riff of BFG Division kicks in and I know I'm in for a ride. The main monster spawns in the dead center of the room to punctuate it all too. This takes whatever tension, excitement, or whatever feeling you have at the moment and just cranks it to 11. And the fight is on. Doom is going for an older arcade shooter feel. You run at 90 miles per hour, you double jump crazy high, and you dash far distances for glory kills. All of these powers, some of which you had to gather along the way, make the player feel unstoppable. Despite all the hellfire, blasts, and claws coming at you, you can easily dodge and counter if you know what you're doing. This glory kill is a highlight of those abilities. Even during the main riff, the glory kills dynamically change the music to sort of suspend the mood to all on your finishing move, to again make your actions have power behind them. Listen close. This moment makes me smile every time. I mentioned the movement before, and this shows how empowering it is. This frenetic dodge I make here put me over the top when I played it originally. This Hell Knight's splash attack is going to whiff because of the excellent dodge I made. In most current shooters, stop and pop is the way you have to play, but Doom is the antithesis of this. They want you in there, cutting through all of the fire being thrown at you by your movement and your choices. This adds weight to your actions, and when you make the right one, it feels really good. Here's another example of the type movement. The game's main way of getting your health, armor, and ammo back is to kill enemies with glory kills or chainsaws, both of which are close range attacks. You can't hide, you have to fight. So, they heavily encourage the player to stay in the fray with these movement options and reward precise execution and making your openings, rather than hiding and waiting for one. I've made a critical error here in my play. I've stayed in this narrow corridor for too long and can't effectively dodge because I'm surrounded with no room and no escape. I'm playing on ultra violence, which is probably the best way to play the game in my opinion. You take a lot of damage, but not so much that you can't make a few mistakes and correct it with the well-timed glory kill. Since I've put myself here, I'm most likely going to take more hits than I can manage and probably die, which is what ends up happening. Despite the death though, I felt no frustration. In fact, I think I died multiple times here from that same error and never once got upset by this, because once again, my actions had all the weight, and that's especially true for bad choices too. I've got nothing to blame but myself. To sum up, Doom rewards constantly taking advantage of all the movement options to continuously fight aggressively and keep your health up. The music is dynamically timed to that fight, making everything you do feel that much cooler, and it's all in the hands of the player. Every choice you make of every instance of that game either keeps you alive a little longer or kills you. When Doom is on 11, it stays there without falter until it's over. And along the whole way, you're just blasting monsters, beating them down with your fists, and basking in the violence of the whole ride. If this sounds fun to you, I highly recommend Doom. It's one of the best times I've had with a video game all year, and genuinely had me pumped from beginning to end. I just want to say thanks for watching. I realize it's been a year since I've uploaded anything, and I apologize for that. School, work, and personal things have kept me away for a while, but I promise to change that. Anyway, if you like what you saw, hit the like button for me. And if you want to talk more about Doom or any other games, leave a comment and we'll have a chat about it. And if you enjoyed this and want to see more from me, hit that subscribe button. Thanks again, and have a radical day, duders.